In a world where monarchies constantly evolve to stay relevant, the Danish royal family has always stood out for its elegance, adaptability, and grace. But behind palace gates, decisions are being made, not just symbolic gestures, but life-altering choices that will shape the destiny of an entire royal generation. And at the center of this quiet yet monumental shift stand two individuals, King Frederik X and Queen Mary of Denmark. Their latest actions are not just ceremonial or strategic, they are deeply personal, and they directly affect their beloved children, Crown Prince Christian, Princess Isabella, and the royal twins, Prince Vincent and Princess Josephine. What's unfolding now is a dramatic yet measured response to the growing pressure modern royals face, and the weight of the crown has never felt heavier. It began with a subtle but powerful change in tone. Since King Frederik's ascension to the throne in early 2024, alongside Queen Mary, the royal couple has stepped into a new chapter, not just as monarchs, but as protectors of an ancient institution. And with that duty comes the relentless question: how do you preserve tradition without compromising your children's futures? For Frederik and Mary, that answer has required courage. This isn't just about keeping up royal appearances or fulfilling ceremonial obligations. It's about defining what kind of life their children will inherit, and how to insulate them from the storms that have undone other royal houses. Their first step has been one of discipline and boundaries. Sources close to the royal household suggest that King Frederik and Queen Mary have tightened security protocols and restricted certain media exposures involving their children. Unlike other European royals who thrust their young heirs into the spotlight early, the Danish monarch and his consort are reportedly determined to shield their offspring from unnecessary public scrutiny. Behind the scenes, measures are in place that reduce paparazzi interference and promote a healthier balance between duty and privacy. Crown Prince Christian, though already a figure of public interest, has notably been handled with care. His debut as heir to the throne was marked with poise, but always with a deliberate pace that reflected his parents' protective nature. But beyond security lies the deeper issue of emotional preparation. Sources familiar with Queen Mary's personal parenting style reveal that she is adamant about raising emotionally grounded, socially aware children. Her own journey, from a humble Australian upbringing to Queen of Denmark, has shaped her strong stance on ensuring her children are not lost in privilege. Insiders have often described her as hands-on, frequently organizing discussions with counselors, educators, and advisors who help the children navigate the dual worlds of royal expectation and personal identity. King Frederik, too, reportedly emphasizes humility and resilience, traits he learned through his own complicated youth as the son of Queen Margrethe II. He knows firsthand the mental toll royalty can bring, and he refuses to let history repeat itself. And it's not just talk. Recently, decisions about education and public exposure have sparked national conversation. In a move that surprised even seasoned royal watchers, Queen Mary and King Frederik chose to delay or restrict certain ceremonial appearances for their children, particularly Princess Josephine and Prince Vincent. Some traditionalists criticized the move, arguing it distances the young royals from the very institution they're meant to inherit. But royal analysts view it differently. They see it as a deliberate long game, one that gives the children time to develop personal identities before being molded by the crown. Princess Isabella, now 18, is perhaps the clearest example of this new strategy. Her recent public outings and birthday celebrations were elegant yet noticeably restrained. Gone were the extravagant photo ops or grandiose royal displays. Instead, Queen Mary and King Frederik offered the public curated glimpses of Isabella's grace and maturity, while still maintaining a buffer of privacy around her. This balance, experts say, is not accidental. It reflects a shifting philosophy where the future queen, or possibly duchess or diplomat, if she chooses a different path, is allowed room to grow before being defined by her lineage. This doesn't mean the children are being distanced from royal life altogether. On the contrary, they are receiving structured exposure to public service. Sources inside Amalienborg Palace confirm that the young royals are increasingly involved in behind-the-scenes charity work and educational experiences that emphasize social responsibility. Queen Mary, known for her commitment to mental health and anti-bullying causes, has reportedly encouraged her children to engage with real-world issues early. Her foundation's work is beginning to intertwine with her children's education, not through glamorous events, but through hands-on participation and learning. Meanwhile, King Frederik's influence can be seen in Crown Prince Christian's approach to leadership. The young heir has been carefully guided through the mechanics of statecraft, not with pressure, but with mentorship. Royal advisors have noted that Frederik insists on Christian understanding diplomacy from the ground up. This involves studying international relations, attending key state events only when appropriate, and shadowing his father during internal briefings. This kind of training is far more immersive than the ceremonial grooming seen in past generations. It's a pragmatic and deeply intentional strategy meant to produce a monarch who leads with empathy, awareness, and strength. Critically, the Danish royals are also adjusting to the evolving perception of monarchy itself. In an era where institutions face constant public scrutiny, King Frederik and Queen Mary are not blind to the fading allure of inherited power. They understand that the monarchy must earn its relevance. Thus, their parenting choices extend beyond private life. They reflect a long-term vision of how royalty can survive the 21st century. By preparing their children not just to rule but to serve meaningfully, they're laying the foundation for a royal family that isn't just tolerated but respected and admired. This redefinition has come at a personal cost. Behind the scenes, both Frederik and Mary have faced sleepless nights, family debates, and moments of profound uncertainty. The weight of decisions like whether to send their children abroad for schooling, whether to allow certain titles to continue, and how to balance public expectations with individual freedom, these are not choices made lightly. Every move they make is dissected by the press and the public. Yet, they continue forward, emboldened by a shared belief in building a more humane monarchy. It is also telling that Queen Mary has rekindled ties with her Australian roots during this period. Her family has become a quiet but vital support system as she navigates the complexities of raising royal children under international scrutiny. Insiders say she often draws inspiration from her own upbringing, grounded, warm, yet fiercely independent, as a guiding light for how she parents her children. The result: a new generation of Danish royals who are not just figureheads, but global citizens in the making. King Frederik, once dubbed the reluctant prince, during his youth, now stands firm in his role as a monarch and father. The evolution is striking. From a man who once struggled with his destiny to a king determined to write a better future for his children. He has embraced this second chance with grace and boldness, and it's this very transformation that fuels his current mission. Together, Frederik and Mary are redefining royal legacy not as something inherited but as something actively crafted. And they are doing it as a team, equal partners in reign and in parenting. Their love for their children is evident not through grand displays but through the quiet, strategic decisions made each day behind palace doors. Whether it's a change in title protocol, a shift in educational focus, or a rethinking of public engagements, each choice is rooted in the same unwavering goal: to protect and empower their children to choose their own paths while honoring the responsibility that comes with the crown. This royal story is far from over. As their children grow older and their roles expand, the world will watch with anticipation. Will Princess Isabella follow a traditional royal path? Will Crown Prince Christian become a modern monarch capable of bridging tradition and progress? Will the younger twins grow up outside the spotlight, only to emerge later with their own distinct voices? Only time will tell. But one thing is clear: the groundwork is being laid now, with care, with intention, and with the kind of love that puts their children's future above all else. So now we ask you, do you believe King Frederik and Queen Mary's protective measures will truly shape a stronger, more modern monarchy, or will the pressures of tradition eventually catch up with their children too? Make sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment below. We want to hear your thoughts on this evolving royal journey.